If you've ever wondered what it's really like to work in an American office, especially as a newcomer from Europe, buckle up! My first day in the US workplace was a whirlwind of surprises, confusion, and, honestly, a few awkward moments. Today, I'm sharing my real experience, the biggest culture shocks I faced, and what you need to know before you start your own American office adventure. Let's set the scene. I'd worked in several offices across Europe, so I thought I knew what to expect. Some friendly faces, a bit of small talk, maybe a welcome coffee. But from the moment I walked into my new American office, I realized this was going to be different. First impressions, the energy and enthusiasm. The first thing that hit me was the energy. Americans are excited to be at work, or at least they act like it. People greeted me with huge smiles, firm handshakes, and a chorus of "Welcome aboard!" I was introduced to everyone, even people I'd never worked with. There was a real sense of positivity and team spirit that felt almost like a pep rally. In Europe, office greetings can be more reserved, and it sometimes takes a while to break the ice. In the US, I felt like part of the team before I'd even found my desk. Open plan offices, no privacy. Next shock, the open office. Instead of private offices or even cubicles, everyone worked in one big open space. Managers, interns and directors, all sat together. Conversations happened out loud. People shouted questions across the room, and there was constant movement. For someone used to quieter, more private workspaces, it was overwhelming at first. But I soon realized there's a reason for it. Americans value collaboration and quick communication. If you need something, you just ask. No need to schedule a meeting or send a formal email. Small talk is serious business. Another surprise was just how much small talk happens. In Europe, you might say hi in the morning and get straight to work. In the US, it's normal to chat about your weekend, your family, even your pets, before you talk about business. People asked me about my hometown, my favorite foods, and even what I thought of American TV shows. At first, I thought it was just politeness, but it's more than that. Small talk is how Americans build trust and relationships at work. It's okay to share a bit about your life, and it's expected that you'll ask others about theirs. Meetings, and more meetings. I was warned about this, but it still surprised me. Americans love meetings. There were meetings for everything: project kickoffs, brainstorming, status updates, even meetings to plan other meetings. Sometimes meetings started with an icebreaker or a round of fun facts. The good news? Meetings are usually fast-paced and focused on action. People expect you to speak up, share your ideas, and even challenge the boss if you disagree. In fact, I was encouraged to jump in and add my perspective, which felt strange at first, but empowering. Work hard, play hard. One of the biggest culture shocks was how much socializing happens at work. There were team lunches, birthday celebrations, happy hours after work, and even office games or competitions. I was invited to everything, and quickly learned that saying yes helps you fit in. But it's not all fun and games. The American office culture is also about working hard. People stay late, check emails after hours, and take pride in going the extra mile. There's a real can-do attitude, and ambition is encouraged. I noticed that people talk openly about their goals, promotions, and even salaries, something that's much less common in Europe. Dress code confusion. I was so worried about what to wear. In Europe, office dress codes can be strict: suits, ties, formal shoes. In my American office, it was all over the place. Some people wore jeans and sneakers, others dressed up. On Fridays, it was casual day. and people showed up in t-shirts and hoodies. My advice, when in doubt, ask HR or just observe what others are wearing. In most US offices, being comfortable is more important than being formal, unless you're meeting clients or working in finance or law. Hierarchy and communication. Here's something that really surprised me: how flat the hierarchy felt. In Europe, there's often a clear line between managers and staff. In the US, my boss wanted me to call her by her first name, and I was encouraged to speak directly to senior leaders, even the CEO. People use first names, share ideas freely, and expect open feedback. But don't mistake friendliness for lack of ambition. Americans are competitive and results-driven. Performance is tracked closely, and you're expected to own your work and deliver results. Feedback, direct but positive. One of the things I appreciated most was the feedback culture. In the US, feedback is usually direct, but it's often wrapped in positivity. Managers used the sandwich method: praise, then constructive criticism, then more praise. It took me a while to get used to it, but it made it easier to learn and improve. Lunch and breaks. Forget long European lunches. In the US, lunch is usually quick, sometimes just 30 minutes at your desk, or a sandwich with co-workers in the break room. People eat early too. Noon is standard, and by 1 p.m., the office is buzzing again. Coffee breaks are less formal, but the coffee flows all day long. Work-life balance. This is a big one. Americans talk about work-life balance, but in reality, many people work long hours and take less vacation than Europeans. 2 weeks of paid leave is standard, and some people don't even use all of it. I had to learn to set boundaries and not feel guilty for taking time off. My biggest takeaways and tips. So, what did I learn from my first day in an American office? Be open and friendly. Smile, chat, and join in. You'll make friends fast. Don't be afraid to speak up. Your ideas are valued, even if you're new. Embrace the energy. The pace is fast, but it's exciting and motivating. Learn the unwritten rules. Every office is different. Pay attention and ask questions. Take care of yourself. Set boundaries, and don't be afraid to say no if you're overwhelmed. If you're starting your first job in the US, remember, culture shock is normal, but it gets easier. Embrace the differences, laugh at your mistakes, and enjoy the adventure. You'll learn a lot, not just about work, but about yourself and what you're capable of. If you have your own office stories or questions about US work culture, drop them in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more real-life tips and stories about moving to the United States. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. We hope you found this video helpful as you prepare for your move to the United States. If you found value in the information and advice provided, please consider supporting the podcast on Patreon. Your donations will allow us to continue creating new episodes and videos to help even more people with their relocation to America. Just visit patreon.com/movingtotheus to sign up. Until next time, best of luck with your move.